Hey everybody, it's Callan and I'm going to teach you a bit more in depth on how to edit something in iMovie for when we're making our broadcasts. So the first step for any new broadcast is clicking on this create button. Now you want to choose movie since we don't want to make a trailer for a movie. So you'll come to this screen which will have a bunch of different options as templates. I don't recommend using no theme because because these can be like no theme, but they also give you extra text options and transition options if you choose one. Now, since we're doing a news broadcast, I recommend either CNN iReport, news, or newscast. So I'm most comfortable with newscast, so I'm going to go ahead and choose it and click create. And just a little tip, if you hover over it, a play button will appear, and you can use that to watch a preview of it to see all the transitions and text. So let's name it LNN. This is how you're going to want to title all of your things when you're creating them. So LNN broadcast, and in here you put the parentheses. And here you put the date, not the word date, like I am. So pretty much, like, say it was for, even though this was already aired, 9/11. So you want to do it month, day, year. So 9/11/14. So you make it LNN broadcast and then the date, which in this case will be 9/11/14. Now, this doesn't absolutely matter, so don't really worry about that, but now you want to hit OK. So now you're here, and you're in your broadcast, so what's the first thing we want to do? I think what we should do is make intro, because intros are very important. You can't just start it straight into the first segment. So let's go on the internet and find an image. How about just a picture of Windermere Prep? So I found an image of the school, and as you can see, it's loading with this bar. Now you want to wait till it's done loading, because once it's done, it generally has better quality. So what I want to do is save image as. Now you can put whatever you want here. I'll just say example. So now what you want to do is open iMovie and drag in your photo from wherever you have it in Finder. I put it in my downloads so I can drag it in straight from there. So it'll automatically put this title on generally, but this is what I prefer to do. So I like to go to titles because that's where you get the words. And so let's grab this one labeled news because it looks like a good one for the intro. So it's 4 seconds, which is perfect because that's how long our clip is. But let's make sure it's right on there with it. So right here, it's perfectly synced up. But we don't want it to be bland. So now what we want to do is add a sound effect. So this is your menu for adding a lot of things. So all you have to do is go into sound effects, or wherever you choose, and either iTunes or sound effects. I don't recommend iTunes because that will only show up the iTunes library. So now, how about I grab, let's listen to Elysium Short. Okay, that's weird, it isn't working. I'll be right back to you after I relaunch iMovie. Okay, so I'm back, and pretty much while I'm recording this, it doesn't allow me to play sound on the computer. So with this sound effect, I'll go back and edit it in as I'm editing this recording. So roll sound now. So yeah, that was the sound effect. So let's drag it in here. And so now it's really long, but we can't just have it this long and not make our clip this long. So we have two choices. Either drag our clip out or shorten the sound effect. So one thing that's great for shortening sound effects is it's actually pretty easy because you can actually see the volume of the clip down here. So I can tell that this just looks like the ending of it. So I can put in a little bit of that and use this option, which is fade out. Always use fade out because I'll put in an example right now. And as you saw, it will sound really weird if it doesn't fade out like in the first one, but you suddenly stop it during the clip. But if you stop it, but if you fade out while you stop it during the clip, it doesn't sound half as bad. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna grab this audio sound effect and just shorten it. So now it's right with our title. So I'm going to play an example of our title right now. Okay, so now you've seen what it's like, but this will actually have been gone by the time you see it, but I'm showing you how to change it, so let's make it L and N and broad. Actually, I did this in the wrong order. Let's fix it. So let's make this L and N, since that's a bigger font, and make this broadcasting tutorial. So now you can see that we just edited it. Now, there is one thing that's vital in all broadcasts, and that is the WPS crest. You have to have it somewhere, and I'm going to choose to put it in the credits. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is put in footage, right? But let's not jump to that first, right now. What you want to do is go into transitions, and you can see here's the normal transitions that you'll get all the time, but here's special ones just from this. So we have this one. Hold on. This one. So as you can see, Apple made some pretty great transitions, and I think I'll choose this one. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to import the clips. So the first thing that we're able to do is we can just hit import straight from, so there you can see me, but you can hit import straight from iMovie, and you'll get a bunch of choices. And if you have the SD card plugged in, right around here you'll see something under Macintosh HD that will say SD card, or it might be in Macintosh HD. So then you're able to navigate to the right folder wherever it is in this, and you can find wherever your stuff is, you can find it from here on the SD card. So here's something I've already recorded. Okay guys, so I'm back, and now I'm going to show you how to do a green screen. So what you're going to want to do is, first things first, you have to put in the image first when you're doing the broadcast and you're trying to do green screen. You can't put the video in first. So, let's come and find an image. So, how about I make mine a llama? So here's a llama. So like before, wait for the image to stop loading so that it can look all pretty. Good. So our llama image is done loading, and it loaded forever, so I'm going to cut that out. So now, save image as llama lying down, I guess. So let's go into iMovie and drag our image right in. So now here's how to import things from iPhoto. So all you have to do is go to iPhoto library, and there will be a bunch of events. And so here's the event with the clip I wanted. So all I have to do is click on it, highlight all of it, and drag it right in over our llama. So here's something very important. This adjust menu is heavenly. The first thing you want to do is find your image, and Ken Burns is terrible. Do not choose Ken Burns, because what Ken Burns will do is it will make the table look like it's floating, because the background will zoom in and out and move around. So you can either do crop to fill, which will make it fit the size of the video, or fit, which will just put the entire image in. So I like using fit, but I'm going to use crop to fill this time just because it doesn't cut out too much of the image, and I'll drag it down a bit to make it perfect. So now, check. Do that whenever you're making an edit in the adjust menu. I forgot to do it with the title, but luckily I was lucky. So now you want to drag your image all the way to the length of your footage. So it's easier if you make this thing a bit smaller, because then it won't be like 1 inch per second on your screen. So now I've found the spot where my picture is just as long as my video, so we can see this. But as you notice, I still haven't gotten rid of the green screen background. So for that, what you do is you click on your footage, not your image, and you'll have this little like text box window, and you want to choose green/blue screen, and it will erase the green background. Now also, you might want to use picture-in-picture, which turns your video or whatever you put over it into a smaller version of it within it that you can drag around. But since this is green screen, I'm going to use green/blue screen. So now, as you can see, over here we have, this is also nice. Over here you can adjust the volume of the clip. I'm just going to keep it at 100, but I might toy with it later to see which volume is best for playing it. And then also, here's something labeled reduce background noise, and this is good if there's a lot of background noise in the footage, because you still want to listen to it to make sure, but sometimes it's able to get rid of that background noise really good. And then the turtle, which allows you to make it slower, faster, or you can adjust it really fine by percentage. So I'm going to make it 200% because I like chipmunks. So let's make it 500% to have a lot of fun. And so now, you'll see that. So let's see if it's saved in my turtle. Okay, so it pretty much worked. So now what we get is a much faster clip. Now it only lasts 5.5 seconds. And you can see I'm pretty fast. So, you can also make it slower, which you'll have seen. And you can reverse the video, and also it makes you sound like a chipmunk when you speed it up, and it makes you sound really low, like Morgan Freeman, when you slow it down. So if you want to do that but don't want to affect the audio, preserve pitch will make it sound the same, except sped up. So let's put it back to normal. And now, for the final step, we want credits. So let's go back to titles, but first let me grab a picture of the WPS crest. So here's the crest. Okay, our crest is done loading. So once again, save image as. WPS logo is fine. And now we drag our little thing labeled WPS logo right in. And now what you want to do is scroll down until you find the scrolling credits title. This is what's best to use. And I'm only going to make it 4 seconds since I won't have much credits. But this would be a great place to put another sound effect with fade out. So I guess I'll go to sound effects and find a random one. I guess I'll find out what this one sounds like later. But so now it's perfectly matched up, and all I have to do is edit the words. So let's make it a different color so that it will be easier to read. I'll probably change the color once more in the very end to make it visible enough. Okay, I guess the magenta's as close as we're gonna get. So now that I have this, I want to edit the text itself. So let's label it credits. Now, since I did most of it, I won't need all of these. So it will come preset with name and description. So I like to put it in reverse order, description, name. So camera on air and editor, and the description is Callan. Now it may still not be visible. I'll toy around with it to make it more visible at the very end. But so here's our credits. Now, of course, in a real broadcast, we have so many people that we might run out of space, but it's really easy. All you have to do is hit tab, type in whatever, and then hit tab again, and you can type in that. So you don't have to worry about running out of space because it will auto-format it for you. So let's try one more time to make it visible. I choose green. Okay, green is the closest we're getting. So as you can see, now we have this. Oop, almost forgot to make it fade out. And so now here's the most important part. You want to click on, once you're all the way done and you've proof watched it and Miss Bynum has proof watched it, you want to hit share, file, and name it LNN broadcast, because this is how you format it, and then the date. So let's just go with 9/11 again. Oops. So next, and now we choose where we want to put it. I guess I'll just put it in my desktop.
So guys, just a quick edit. I also wanted to let you guys know that the credits always have to be at the end. Don't forget that, it's very important. And also, on Monday, make sure that you have campus news, weather, what in the world, and sports. And on Friday, make sure you have those 4, and also special feature, commercial, on the scene, and Laker Spotlight. Also, in iPhoto, you can find all the standard images that we use in a lot of our broadcasts in the broadcasting album in iPhoto. Bye. Hi guys, here I am. I just want to let you know that the background might not look too good because I had to insert the green screen in photo booth, but there's a quiz coming right up, so stay tuned.